Greetings, lovely listeners. I'm Goddess Aroya, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to Elevate and Dommenate, the place where power meets play.
Hello, darlings. I'm Mistress Odessa, and alongside the incredible Head Mistress Kayla and Goddess Aroya, we're your guides into the captivating world of alternative dominant women.
That's right. Whether we're exploring the intricacies of dom-sub relationships or celebrating the sheer strength of women, this podcast is your VIP path to an empowering and unapologetically bold journey.
We're not holding back anything, shedding light on the real stories in the sex work industry to share our own experience and insights.
So buckle up, because you're in for a thrilling ride filled with enlightenment, entertainment, and empowerment.
Get ready to be captivated by our conversations, where every episode is a celebration of the extraordinary and the fearless.
Welcome to the Elevate and Dommenate Podcast. Beware, this episode may contain a few triggers. If you or anyone you know is experiencing domestic violence and you need assistance, please contact your local authorities or dominate.com for further information. What's up, y'all? This is the Elevate and Dommenate Podcast.
Yeah.
I am Goddess Aroya.
Yes, you are. And I am Mistress Odessa. And today we are without Head Mistress Kayla.
Yes, she had some things to do.
Yeah, but she's here.
She's here in spirit with Leon. Mm-hmm. We miss you.
Yeah, she
has
town,
some things to do, and hey.
Yeah, but we decided we're just going to come on anyways and grace you with our presence and
be consistent.
Yeah.
That's the goal. We want you guys to love us and not leave us.
And if you miss her so much, which I'm sure you do, then you can send a tribute, to let her know. So, thanks.
She'll like it if you send her a tribute.
Yeah, it's a miss you boo. Well, not boo.
What's her,
I was like, you can look at her.
I'll look at her Cash App. Let's find her Cash App.
I think it's it's like $ Neil for Kayla or something like that.
Let's see.
Or Mistress? I don't know.
Kayla.
Anyways, I hope everyone's doing well while we're looking this up. God, the light is so bright.
Oh, it's just Mistress Kayla.
Yeah, it's
Mrs. Kayla LA. Okay, so if you want to send her a tribute, Mistress Kayla LA.
Yeah.
We love you and we miss you, girl.
Yeah.
We'll see you when you get back. Yeah. So, how you doing?
Girl, I'm tired today. How are you doing?
I am exhausted today. By Fridays, I always say it feels like somebody done beat me with a brick because I'm training clients all week.
Yeah, and
I'm sure. I've been trying to promo and just trying to do everything and edit and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that we have GP. Thank you so much, because I'm telling you, I couldn't shoot this thing by myself today. I couldn't. I'm tired. Yeah. I'm exhausted.
And thank God for our I don't need you, but for our little dude over here for
you're not yet, but when we will need a new drink. I'm gonna need a new drink soon.
For setting it up before we got here. So thank you.
Yes, thank you
guys.
We're thankful for the help.
Yes, very much.
It's helpful.
So. Yeah.
I didn't even let you know. This is something I need to let you know. I have a friend, because I got friends in high places.
You're my friend in high places.
I have a friend that works at Amazon, and they work in the network where Wondery, in the department where they do the podcast. So I submitted some information about our podcast, just to kind of see what we would need to do to be on the network.
Whoa, okay.
Because I love shooting here and I love all of this, but it would be great to just step in, say what we need to say, and get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Sure.
Wouldn't that be great? Mm-hmm. And then have somebody else figure out the podcast coming up and all that. So, it looks like it'll be like that in the future, but, I'm just kind of trying to find out what the steps are. Even for people out there, if you guys know the steps for us moving forward and just trying to be a little bit more elevated in the podcast. It's always we trying to elevate and dominate everything.
I thought you were gonna say actually.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I thought we were gonna or I was gonna bring up for sure the music video that you just did.
Well, it wasn't a music video. So you guys know, if you know, okay, outside of here, outside of my dominatrix, I have so many alter egos. I said Gemini shit for you. Okay. But my alter ego, my music alter ego is Oracle Jane Doe, and I have a new song coming out. We are marketing it as a country song, but it's pretty much, it's like country pop, kind of, you know what I'm saying? And it's my story. It's actually blues, but we just put it on some trendy kind of pop music because it's everybody's song. It's called American Girl. and it's American Girl. You know what I'm saying? G-U-R-L, girl.
You got nails. I'll do it for you.
American Girl. So yeah, it's gonna be the song will be dropping on the 1st of July.
Very soon.
Because the music sounds like 4th of July. It really does sound like water balloons and kids playing and eating hot dogs and all that kind of stuff. So it was cool. I wrote the song with Aloe Black, Maya Jupiter, and Joel Van Dizzle. And there was a few other people in the room, but these are the major writers of the song. So it's big because Aloe has a project dropping right now. He just dropped like a remix of Black Hole Sun. You know that song, Black Hole Sun? Won't you come?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
He redid that song.
Oh no way!
Yes,
Shut up.
And he did like I think it's like a R&B like soul rock vibe. It's really dope. It's really dope. He's dope. He's dope.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I would love to be considered like the female Aloe Black in music.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like because we have a lot of the same vibe, and you know we worked together before. Yeah. So it'd be great. That'd be dope. That'd be a dope comparison.
Is this the song? I'm pretty sure this is the song that you kind of mentioned a couple months ago. We were like, now we're really gonna push to drop this one specific song.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you about this song.
Please.
When my father passed away in October of last year, and the day of the funeral, I got a text from Aloe Black, and he texted me the song, and he was like, "Remember this song? What's up with it? Let's do it." And I was just like, I looked up to the sky and I was like, Dad, I just said I was gonna do this like this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I was not gonna be doing music like that. Yeah. But I wanted to put my music out, but then something in me said, do this. You need to do this. You need to do this song. It's not a song that I would do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like if you listen to all my other stuff, because I'm gonna put it on my project, but it's just like it's so different from all the other songs on there. But it is a song that it shows that I'm a singer-songwriter. Yeah. Because that's what I am. I used to be a rapper, but I'm a singer-songwriter. Yeah, so it's a good thing to kind of like showcase all the ways. I have on this project I'm going to put out, I have songs that I produced too. So it's going to be cool. I'm just trying to get out here and put shit out. I'm getting older and I feel like it's my time. You know what I'm saying? Pop my collar and try to move forward.
You know what? That was your dad saying, Queen. Queen. Move forward.
I felt that. I felt like it was him saying, no, I really want you to do this, because I thought about it the other day when I was hiking. I would say my dad was a funk legend. Okay, he's in a group called Lakeside, and he created really big songs and stuff like that. And I said I felt the energy that he didn't want stardom or like fame to hit the family twice. Why I thought that, I don't know. It was just like probably me. Yeah. It was my fear. And the other day when I was hiking, I released that shit. Yeah. I released it because I don't have the fear of doing it. Like putting a country song out right now after Beyonce put a song out that's not really, like that. If you scared, you perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Like I was like, you know what? I have no fear. I don't. Who cares? Yeah. It's just music. And I was holding on to it for so long. Yeah. So
yeah. Do you mind me mentioning like the funeral? Yeah. Because thank you.
I'm good now.
Yeah. But it was. I mean, all the musicians, all the band members that came out. Like I think it was a very beautiful like celebration of music. Like I don't mean this to be disrespectful. It was like the most fun funeral. Like it was like so beautiful. Yeah. So it was just like I think like being surrounded by like all the love that was like shared, and then to get that text, I think is like definitely a sign of like. Yeah. He's guiding you still, obviously, but like. Yeah.
On the way here today, when I was sitting in the room, I was like doing my research and stuff, and I just laughed. Because I was like, damn, Dad, you are so funny. Because why am I doing a country song? Like, why?
Why not? Why not?
It was last night. I went to a show and somebody came up to me. He was like, girl, I'm going to let you know. I see you doing your country song. He's like, I downloaded all the songs that you have out. And I was just like.
You did it? You performed at a show last night?
I didn't perform. I went to go see one of my friends, Focus is a producer for Dr. Dre. He was honored last night, and I went to go see him, and somebody said that to me. Yeah. My friend L Dialogue. Yeah, and it just was like an affirmation, like keep going in the right direction. Yeah. You're gonna be good. Yeah. Like it's okay. Yeah. If the song, would even be great is if like a major country artist picked it up and just re-recorded it with their voice.
You never know.
That'd be.
If that's what you're feeling, let's manifest it. Light some candles.
That would be so fire. But I did I have a whole TikTok campaign going on right now. Oracle.jane.doe. My TikTok campaign is going on right now. So if y'all follow us, you better go follow me right now. Yeah. We're trying to get it up just like these numbers are going up. But yeah, like I'm just going to put my music out. I'm putting music out for the BDSM community, for the world, for my friends.
Absolutely.
Like, whatever's on my heart, I'm putting it out. I don't care.
You should. Your heart needs to be heard.
That's right, baby. So, let's move on.
Yeah.
Enough about me.
I was like, that was my hot topic. I don't know.
Right.
You my hot topic.
Right. So, hot topics.
Yeah. Wow. So.
Look, I'm just going to do this right here and look. If y'all seen the debate last night, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I did. I literally, so what's funny is I was ending a personal training session and then coming back here. And as we were ending, it was starting, and this client I dox it for, right? He gets like, not like emotional, but like he has very strong opinions, and I was just like, oh, thank God, like, thank God, I have to like leave right now to go back to the dungeon because like I could not. He was getting like so heated about it, and I was like, yo, like, yeah, I just want to be happy. Like, leave me alone.
I honestly was on my way to, I'm a multi-tasking person, so I was on my way to work to go do some other work last night, and on the way there I was listening, and I was having I was just laughing so hard because it was like two kids, and I was like, oh my God, these are our choices. I was like, what are we gonna do?
So I did hear though that like there was like a 2-minute delay, so that if like stuttered or something, like then they can like cut it out so that it would seem like more smooth, which is just like there's everything.
But they even caught one where he just like for a long time, and I don't want to like start like ageism or anything like that, but it's just there comes a point, you know.
Yeah. And honestly, you know what? I don't listen to any of it. I will never be
political. I'm not there.
Yeah, I call my friend Margot anytime I don't understand anything, and she was like, literally, I was just like, why does my mom have to retake the driving test? Like, she like breaks down shit like that for me. But like, so I'm not like into politics at all, but I don't mind, and I'm not saying like what I vote for or if I do or not.
Yeah, because we don't tell you that.
But I don't mind if someone like pauses for a moment and like thinks about things.
I don't mind it either.
I also don't mind someone having a very strong opinion. So I don't know, like, but just like, whoa.
Whoa. Basically, it was. Yeah, because I think the world just needs. We just need love. Yeah. We need love. Because I don't know.
I'm scared. I'm gonna move to Costa Rica.
Yeah, let's just
build a commune.
Yeah, love. We're sending love to each and every person because essentially that is what the world needs.
Yeah.
The world needs love.
Yeah, so that's moving on from that. The Hawk Tui girl.
Oh yeah.
Much more interesting to me. Right?
Tui
so
girl.
I didn't really know what the whole situation was, but I love it. Like, we just like definitely made sure we knew what it was, and I was just like, I love this girl. What do you mean? Like, this is
I know, like, what's the problem? Like,
yeah, it was like, you're welcome. She just taught you a tip.
Like on that thing. What's wrong with that? I don't understand. Like, there's a problem with that? People
I don't know. Maybe there was like a bigger part of the interview, or like, people are all kinds of crazy right now. Like, there's always gonna be something to about. Like, so that's not how you do it. Then like, maybe you should let us know how you do it. Maybe like let's come together and create like an educational program. Like, I know. I'm trying.
I don't know. Like, maybe they dug into her past and she's never hawk-tooed. She said she hawk-tooed. Is that what happened?
That would be a hot topic.
She's a never hawk-tooer, but she hawk-tooed? Is that what we're looking at here? Hawk-tooed, never, her?
Can you imagine? I would love to be that researcher.
Right? Like, listen, we've researched her.
For science.
She's never hawk-tooed.
I want to see that. I don't think I've even, like...
I've never hawk-tooed. Like, I've never, like, pulled snot throw up. I mean, snot...
Essentially,
to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the water spit. Like, you just like let the water come around the sides of your mouth, and then.
I mean, like in sessions, I'll be like, oh, do you need like more?
But I don't do that in sessions.
No, not like that. But I mean, like on like a toy or something.
Oh, you want them to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have them spit on it.
Yeah.
But I don't want the hawk-tooth spit on either. Who wants the hawk-tooth spit? Because hawk-tooth spit has like an element of salt and snot. Right?
I don't know.
Because you gotta. You know?
Well, let's see if we can get her on the podcast and we'll ask. Because
we should ask her if.
Yeah, or we should like have
a
poll, like of like what does that actually mean? I don't know. It's like a pragmatic question now.
It is. How do you hawk to?
Let us know in the comments.
To hawk to or not to?
Actually, not in the comments, in the DMs or Patreon.
To hawk to or not to hawk. Alright, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. They're gonna get me for that shit. They're gonna cancel me for that.
Mistress Kayla's gonna be like, I left YouTube for 1 week.
I know, right? Alright.
What are you doing in my studio?
Okay. We're gonna go into what the topic of the show is today, which we probably should have told you at the beginning. But the topic of the show today is very serious. Let me get serious. Abuse versus consent. Drawing the line. Honestly. Yes. Okay, honestly, let me get serious. Drawing the line, abuse versus consent in BDSM. And I think this is a great topic because...
Yeah. Ooh, also, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think we have to, like, not say that word. Like, I think we have to, like, you know, so how we say, like, quink. Instead of, I think we have to like hide it.
Oh,
yeah.
Online.
On here.
Oh, schmink.
Yeah, but like so like a boost.
Oh.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so too.
She was just telling me about it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. We'll do that.
A boost.
We'll try it. We'll try to do that.
A boost.
A boost. Yeah. A boost and
consent.
Content versus a boost. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And like specifically, I mean, overall, but like in the BDSM community, and like we're exactly like we're the
B's.
Aren't you 18 and older? But
right, like we gotta do all this stuff. Like
you gotta learn, and I guess today is the day. So like abuse, consent, and BDSM. I don't know, but yeah, and like really like where the line is, and I guess like the defining, because like within my like to like really dive into like one side of it was like really interesting, because it's like you can't have one without the other, and like one doesn't exist without like it's just like I don't know.
True.
Yeah.
You know, this will
be the real debate today.
right. Let's do.
It'll be an agreement.
It's an agreement for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And you know, I think there's also a serious element in it once we get to the area of abuse, because I am a domestic abuse survivor, and there is a big difference. And I haven't experienced any of the things, the joy and bliss that I've experienced in this lifestyle as the terrible situation that I've experienced in the past. So this is like a revival, but I think it is important for people to understand that, so that we erase the stigma, because that is definitely the goal.
Yeah, and like I mean, again, like I could be like nosy, but like I'll ask like if there's anything you don't want to talk about specifically. Just
I'm open. I'm open because I'm a changed woman.
I didn't think about it from that angle, and I think that's like a very beautiful angle to share. And like also to see like strong bitch,
because I think that was the aspect I wanted to come from, because I think
just talk about it.
It definitely is a topic. I mean, we'll get to that portion of it, but when I was looking into it and finding like there's so many different types of abuse.
Yes, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, I have a lot of the 10 types of abuse that I have. These are top information, okay, from Google. Right, y'all? So, get ready. All right, so there's physical abuse, domestic abuse, sexual abuse, psychological and emotional abuse. 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 Financial and material. Modern slavery, which I did not even think of as abuse.
Whoa.
Yeah.
God, the fact that
so like paying people lower wages, like, and just that's abuse. That's
that
abuse.
Makes sense. I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, that is modern day slavery. Yes. Discriminatory abuse. And then there is organizational and institutional abuse. So there's so many different types and forms of abuse, but I think what we want to talk about are the indicators of abuse in BDSM.
Yes. Yeah. Which I'm like all of these could still happen.
Right. It still happen. Yeah, and I kind of like sense. I went to the idea of kind of thinking of dom sub relationships. So if your abuse would, maybe this is my idea. You tell me. Okay. Indicators of abuse in BDSM: non-consensual behavior. Mm-hmm. Okay, of course. Inappropriate looking, teasing, or harassment.
Okay. Yeah.
So, if someone unwantedly wants that, if your sub is unwanted, if that's a thing that there's a hard no and you're doing that to them, that's abuse.
Yeah,
okay? So that's information. So isolation, never allowing them to visit play parties or going to any other DOMs or getting the BDSM experience that they deserve.
Yeah.
Okay. Signs of harm, unwanted scars, things that they say that they don't want, scratches, bites, anything that they say that they're not into and you do it anyway, that's terrible. Theft or fraud or scamming with their personal information, that is abuse. So if you
are, people even do that.
What? So if you have your dom and you have your subs information, their credit card information, and you just like run it, and you're like, I'm gonna just that's abuse. That's abuse to them. You know, financial abuse, of course.
I thought you meant like giving out their information is like oh, I'm gonna like share like your home address. I'm just like, I don't know. Like,
well, that's sometimes they want. Well, sometimes they want that. That's blackmail. They want that sometimes. That might be CNC, consent, non-consent. Yeah. But like, agreed.
We're gonna talk about that. I went into that.
Here we go. Misuse of funds or cards. I said that.
Yeah.
Living with your sub rent free, and not being taken care of. So this is something that I did not think of. Okay, this is because we had someone. If you're watching, hey girl, what's up, girl? But she talked to us about topping from the bottom. Yeah. So she lives with her sub, and the sub tops from the bottom. So now she's stuck in. I don't know her whole story, so let me not say it right or say it. But the way that I'm assuming is that she's kind of stuck in the situation where she stays with the sub and she's rent free, and the sub is taking care of her, but she's like literally doesn't want to be there. You know what I mean? So
if I know who this is, don't tell me.
You don't know. It's on our Facebook account. We have a lot of followers on Facebook. Hi, Facebook. We have a lot of followers on Facebook that we don't really pay attention to. So
okay. Well, I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry that's happening.
So that's that topping from the bottom. So that's kind of like I kind of want to explain. I want her to explain it because I don't know where abuse would be considered because in a way like she's staying there rent free, but I don't know if the abuse is on his part because she says she feels like she can't leave. So it's kind of a scary kind of
maybe
weird
that is almost. I mean, honestly, like it's like a list for like narcissism. To be honest, is what it sounds like all of these things because like topping from the bottom is like, and like maybe we should get into that a little bit later. But I wouldn't say. I mean. And I don't want to define anyone's definition of it, but I wouldn't say that's like necessarily abuse. I think
I don't think so.
I think there is a very fucking fine line. But like people will sometimes just like express themselves, and some people just automatically be like, "Oh, that's what you're doing." But sometimes it's like, "Well, I'm glad you said that." Like I was about to do something.
Yeah, that's true. So here, how about misuse with tools?
Oh, yeah.
Misuse with tools.
Yeah.
Not knowing what you're doing with the tools and possibly harming someone, not knowing how to administer certain procedures, medical things, and just doing them. You know what I mean? That's abuse because you can harm someone for life in that situation. Yeah. And then pushing boundaries without consent.
Yes, dude, this is so funny. We are like mirrored within like what we're going to talk about. Like literally, it's going to be a good conversation today. Yeah.
Those are those are like the indicators of abuse that I've kind of like jotted down for me for BDSM.
Yeah. So and then like so I really like dove into consent, and like it's interesting because it's like there's a lot of things that we're like literally touching on the exact same thing, and literally what is the line between abuse and BDSM is literally consent. Like, and there was like one girl I was like obsessing over it, but like she like the way she broke down like how to look at consent is like really interesting because it's not just like this word. It's like hey, always utilize this like food joke, but it's like saying you like pizza. You know what I mean? Like what do you mean? Like you gotta like define a little like more in detail. So like what she was saying, like consent, especially she talked a lot about consensual and non-consent, but like any kind of consent, it will involve certain things such as like very open communication, agreement from both sides. So like, so you can also like if I'm like with the sub, 5 minutes? Okay, sorry. I was like, stop. What do you mean stop? I was like, that's a good topic.
Keep going.
Like agreement on both sides. So like, you know, like if like you come in and you're like telling me like, oh, like I want to do this and I'm not comfortable with it, then like it's my responsibility to give my proper consent.
Yes.
And like
in every situation.
Yeah, because I never like, I mean, it's weird to say, I never really thought about it like from my end, like using a safe word for me and stuff. But like hearing it, I'm like, oh yeah, like I don't think I've ever like really done anything except for like once where I was like, oh, I don't know if I really wanted to do that. I wanted to do it, but like because I was curious. Like, it wasn't like on my
you were just like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, but also like consent being like a deep understanding of the boundaries and like how to push the boundaries or like just tap them or like just nod at them. Like,
yeah, because I think that kind of gets misconstrued sometimes because there's like a frenzy when it comes to like your subs. Sometimes they're like, yeah, I want to do everything, and then afterwards they looking like a feeble little dog, and you're like, what happened? I did what you wanted me to do, and they're like, what? Like that. So
yeah, no, exactly, and like also like it's a responsibility between the two consenting whatever lifestyle professional, right? Their mutual respect. Mostly consent being the ability to take back control, honoring each other's like proper boundaries, and then most importantly trust. Like she like really broke it down because like if you think about it, all those things are really needed. So I'm gonna say this somewhat directly in the camera because the light is really bright. Do not ever complain about the vetting process ever again because it's so important. Yeah, it's like hearing all this now, like essentially that's what we're trying to make sure is that we know exactly what your consent is, because if like, first of all, if I don't respect you, I'm probably just not going to work with you. But like you need to trust me and I need to trust you because I don't want to end up doing something that will end up making you feel like I just abused you when you know, like, and I misunderstood.
You know, also too, like, you know, for me and for I think for a lot of women in this industry, this is, to me, it's healing work. And I'm giving of my spirit. So I don't want to give negative energy from my spirit to insert into this person. I'm giving healing energy into them. So also it's important for us to consent and have a conversation with that person and make sure that you're accepting energy that, you know what I'm saying, that we can cleanse out. Because you might be accepting some really dark energy, and I'm thankful that I have like a really good discernment, and like when things don't work out, I don't get too crazy about it. I'm just like, oh well, it just didn't work out. But I know that there's always a reason behind that, because you can't just kind of like be in the space of everyone when it comes to this, because you can really attach yourself to some spirits and energies that you don't want to take along with you, and sometimes just a little sage ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. Like if there's not like really like at least decent communication, then like we might end up abusing ourselves or abusing you, or like, and like not really knowing, you know what I mean? And like now, like that we're saying this out loud to each other, it's interesting, like at parties, you know, where it's like, and maybe that's why like I don't remember sometimes when I walk out of the door and I see you the next time, I'm like, wait, what did you like? I know I like worked with you.
Right. Yeah, because you like, you can let go of all of it.
Well, it's just because it's almost like I have to, because it's like I'm knowing your limit of your consent, and now I have to like go into this one, and it could be something completely different. So like, be nice. We're humans.
Be nice.
You say it's like,
so no. You know, we're gonna keep going on to that, but before we go, we're gonna do a little segment, and that is let you know about our Patreon, y'all.
We've been talking
we got Patreon. Patreon is open. It's Elevate and Dommenate. Patreon.com at Elevate and Dommenate, podcast. Please go ahead and add our Patreon and also contribute to help us keep going. We deserve it, and we are, you know, we're here for you. We deserve it. Little shoulder, little bat eyes, you know, and I even know that's cute. That was cute.
It's always cute.
It was a little shoulder.
Patreon. Like that. But
so we're gonna go to a segment on here. We're gonna go to a commercial. Resting.
What's going on, subbies? My name is Mistress Kayla, and I'm here to guide you through the unique and exquisite world of BDSM. Within the four walls of my sanctuary, Venus and Bells, fantasies come to life, and boundaries fade away. Whether you seek the thrill of the dungeon or the allure of captivating photography and videography, Venus and Bells is your haven. As your head mistress, I invite you to explore the depths of your imagination. Our photography studio captures moments that transcend time, turning desires into exquisite art. Book your session today and join me on a journey into the extraordinary. Venus and Belle's Dungeon and Photography Studio. Elevate and dominate your senses and let the fun begin.
Recognizing abuse in BDSM. So recognizing it.
So there was, I will say, there was a really cool quote that I liked.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I want to interrupt you right quick.
No.
Hold on. We got something new we want to do. Just hold on. Oh, okay. More tahini, please.
You got it.
Oh, that feels good. I love it. I just gotta do it every now and then.
This is the one that I brought from home.
I love it.
The bell or who was the big one? I was like, nah, I don't want to be able to carry this shit around. Just kidding. I don't need anything. I just like the sound of it.
Okay, all right. Get back to what you're saying.
So a quote that I really, really enjoyed and I thought was interesting, especially, and like this woman, it was like kinky dating, I believe is the one that said
Schminky? Schminky dating.
her, that girl. I believe it was her that said this, that said, when it comes to, it was especially, I don't even know if we can say the CNC. We'll say CNC. If you don't know what that is, and like look it up. Like, use rules for novices and intuition for professionals. Ooh. So when it, right? So
that
it's,
is
so if you're like really like don't know, like, yo, you gotta put down the rules. And like that's true. I think that's even like with friendships, you know what I mean? Like at the beginning, you know, like, oh, I don't like driving in the 4 or 5 traffic. I'm not gonna be like, come visit me in downtown LA, you know?
Right.
Like,
come visit me at 5 o'clock in downtown LA.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, I know that's like a like comparison, but still, you know, like I thought that was like really cool. I was like, yeah, because that makes sense, and this is why we vet.
Yes.
Stop complaining about the vetting process.
I have someone right now on Instagram that I was vetting, and I told them, I was like, this is going to be a long, tedious process, but if you want to chat it up, let's go for it. And they were like, let's go, because like I think it's kind of weird when people like on Instagram hit you up because they don't have faces sometimes on their page, and I just need a face. Like, I don't give a fuck if it's a dog face. I just need a face.
Oh, just like a
gray little gray and white thing. It just makes me feel like it's like
sketchy.
it's somebody I know from my past trying to sneak in and get my information.
The worst is like when it's like Instagram and like X, like when it's like made like like I don't know, December 2023. I'm like, get out of here. Like, I'm not gonna respond to you anymore.
Right.
Find me on FetLife.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I have one that's my ex, and I swear it's so funny because it's like he doesn't think that I know it's him, but I swear, because every time he uses the same name, and I know it's you, Maria. Maria, I know you, Maria.
Your ex, Maria.
One of my exes, like, on my page, always, I shouldn't even tell him because now I'm probably never going to see Maria again, but I know because it's like, I get a phone call after, like, hey, how you been? Something's going on with you? Like,
Is Maria, you know?
No, it's a guy. I ain't never been with no woman, but
I don't know.
the
It's
name,
I was like,
the name that they use is Maria M. The name, it's old from back in the day. But
God, I was like,
I noticed it, and I was like, Maria M. Let me see. And every time like something big happened, like we had a fire where I lived, and I was online, and I said something, and Maria M was on the bottom, and then like 2 days later, my ex's mom hit me up like, I heard you had a fire.
Oh, weird.
Girl, how you here?
Nothing a coincidence.
Because and then it'd be like something big happened. Then 2 days later, hey, is everything okay?
So, but I actually have a friend from college. Her name, I actually don't even think I can pronounce her last name correctly, but it is Maria M. So I was like, what do you mean? I was like,
Maria M's on your right.
I love her though. She would tell me.
No, it was, but you know,
funny. Yeah.
But so it's just like people. I found out also. I'm saying that also because that is abuse. Stalking is abuse.
Oh! I just watched something about this. It's called. Was it like? Do you know this like orbiting, like orbiters or something? It's like when they like really like stalk like mostly like women on like Reddit or like those like gaming
kind
things.
Of like live vicariously through that. Yeah.
No, like it's like orbiters or like people like if you're like It's like it happens a lot on like gaming things, I guess.
It's like the people who donate a lot to streamers and stuff. But
so the way it was explained in this, well, I could research it. The way this was explained in the documentary was just like people will like stalk you, but via internet. So like they're always like knowing what you're doing, but like they don't like say anything. It's like incels. Is that like kind of what that is or something? Incels,
I don't know what the name of it was called.
No, whatever.
But that, I mean, I that is a fear of mine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I try not to put too much information. I used to be like, I'm right here visiting here, like checking in everywhere I went. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm an artist too, and I just don't want to move like that because I will knock the shit out of somebody. I'm going to tell you, my hands are registered lethal, so do not play with me. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. But I don't ever want to get into a situation where
you have to use it.
I have to be like, damsel in distress.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
and don't ever put someone in that situation.
I'm just saying
that, to all those listening.
Because I'm trying to be nice to people. Like, I'm sharing my energy with people in this world, and I just would hate for someone to be like a stalker. Like, come on, dude. Yeah. Like, don't do no shit like that. And especially if you ain't giving them no cash app. If you're not giving up any cash, and you're just stalking me for free.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And I was actually going to say that. I was like, and this is also why I charge. Because it's like, listen, I don't know. I'm like, I don't think I'm like, I don't know, like the cat's meow or like whatever people say.
Yes, you are, girl.
No, but I'm all allergic to cats. I'm like, get out of here. But like, just like, I don't know what people are doing, but like still, like, you know what, like, if you're going to like be reaching out like that, then like that is exactly why I say like, if you want my attention, you can pay for it. And I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm also like not trying to be homeless and like stalked.
But no, honestly, I was doing research and they were saying, like a lot of the women from the past that had these types of gifts and that did that, they gave of themselves so much and they were never given back the energy that they deserve. You know what I mean? A lot of those women died lonely, sad women with all of the energy that they accepted. Yeah. And so for us, like, we're in a new age and where we're in a new age and where we're not.
Can I have a mint?
Oh yeah.
Everything we have any.
I want one too.
Oh yeah, two. Let me get my bag over here first. Anyways, do you mean like people like within like kind of this realm?
Yeah, in this new age, we're in an age where we can't, like, we're definitely the feminine era, like our presence and our energy is a lot more powerful now, and so we ain't sitting back
more
for
like
that
recognize
shit
that it's powerful. It's always been powerful. You're welcome.
Exactly.
None of you would be here without what we have.
Exactly. And I think that's what this is about. Like, I don't want to ever be in a situation, if I'm the dominant, I want to be in a still reciprocating situation. I don't want to be the dominant and like I'm always tyranting over the person and like
you want to be a dominant with consent.
Like, what is that about? That's
you want to be a dominant with consent from both sides.
Right. Yeah. A mutual consent from both sides. Yeah. And not it doesn't necessarily have to be affection, but it could be respect and understanding for that person's differences.
Two of them. Keep going. Let's see what else.
All of those things are just. I feel like those are like essential things when we're sessioning with people. I honestly have not sessioned with anyone from Tryst or anyone that I have found online yet. I haven't. I have only sessioned with people that I've met here at parties because it feels more comfortable to vet in person. I try to vet online, but usually after like the third or fourth conversation, they drop out. Because they're like, girl, oh God, I mean, damn, can I just smell your butt cheeks? Like, that's all I want to do. And I want to know your past. I'm sorry. Yeah. Because I'm not going to put my butt cheeks, because these butt cheeks got energy, boo. And I'm not going to be putting my energetic butt cheeks on your face. And you... Oh. They didn't like that. We got clap for butt cheeks. Forgive me.
Alright. Well, I mean, listen, we are just making sure that...
Oh, just some audience. 10 minutes of restricted, because I said butt cheeks so much.
Whatever. Gosh. So listen, people are doing their jobs and people need jobs. Fine.
Schmuck cheeks. Whatever.
But I don't think that's not good.
Can't say that either.
No, that's interesting though, because anyone I've met at parties, I think there's only been like Tickle Steve, who, and it was for his birthday, who has booked a private session outside of that. Majority of people I have done privates with have been either like from a double session or that someone else booked.
Right, in person, huh?
Or from emails, from vetting. Yeah.
But see, I haven't met anybody on Twitter yet that I've vetted.
Yeah.
Like I vetted people for days, and I had one couple literally vetted for 2 weeks. They were like, oh. No, and that's the fucking problem, and that's where I'm at. Oh, I keep cussing, sorry.
After 2 to 3, and I'm letting everyone know. I mean, this is how I do it. After 2 to 3, that's all you get. I'm just saying, this is exactly why.
Yeah.
Right? Because, not saying like there's nothing wrong with that, and like sometimes I'll do that too. Like, oh, I'm bored, and like you're fun to talk to. So what? But when that happens, it makes me personally be like, I don't really want to talk to people now. I'm gonna be much more rude. I'm gonna be, and like it's like not in a way that's like really me. So it's like, just so you know, ain't nobody likes their time wasted. Like, you don't want to order a fucking steak at the restaurant and like wait 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like,
really, you
like, I don't know, like, stop that. Like, respect, literally, respect.
Exactly. That's on the list of things. Like, come on.
Yeah. And these are like, this is like just like baseline. It can apply to just like meeting someone at the restaurant that we were just talking about. I don't know, like.
I mean, it's just a general thing, and so let's talk about, I'll say, I had to think, consent is about communication. Basically.
Literally the first thing.
Yes, it's about communication and the person being comfortable with respectable boundaries.
I guess we're out of the normal ones.
Oh, we're out of regular, so we got special ones.
Oh, maybe we should do a fishbowl today.
Should we?
Maybe. Let's get it ready.
We just like doing the belt.
Can you put some fishbowl? You know what the fishbowl things are, right?
You should have never got this damn bell.
He consented and actually asked me to bring this.
Consent. He consented.
We had communication about it. Although, I don't know, this might be borderline a boost.
A boost? Oh yeah, I guess if you ring it too many times,
you gotta smile on. No, we'll talk about it later. In real time, you're seeing it happen.
Also, I've seen online that said that a boost is hurting someone against their will, no consent, no conversation, no communication.
Yeah.
I have a situation where I expressed to someone that I was in the lifestyle. And then this is when I was having sex. I'm currently not doing that. But the gentleman thought in his head of what BDSM was. Mm-hmm. And so his assumption was that I like to be choked and I like to be rammed. Mm-hmm. Granted, I do like to be rammed. But
TikTok.
I didn't say a bad word.
We're talking about cars.
Obviously. But it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? It wasn't a situation to where like it just didn't feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it felt like he was just assuming like that's what I liked because of what I said. And it was like, nah, like I do like passion. I do like, I like, you know what I mean? And so it was a situation where in the middle of it was like, like I'm liking this kind of, but I don't like it. So it was kind of like, let's stop this.
This is so interesting, like you saying that, because it's like, then maybe, oh no, I don't want, whatever. I'm just gonna say
it.
They're like, don't hate me.
This camera is good all day. We don't even worry about that. That camera, they suck.
Whatever.
Not y'all.
No, not you.
Not y'all, but you know.
People with opinions. No, they're just saying like, but maybe like that's why I like maybe like because like some things like certain movements like like really like bother me. But I think maybe like what the problem is there's so much assumption with things. Mm-hmm. People are just assuming what we do is like what we do,
right?
So like well maybe that was the word that people should
and then that's
assumption
like,
can be a boost.
Right, but sometimes I think that people think that the dominant, like as a woman, like you're dominant, like you want the a dominant man thinks a dominant woman wants to fight. Like, we want to fight against each other. Like, nah, boo. I don't want that. Like, I honestly, I want you to turn into a sub. That's what I want. And that's not going to happen because, it's, you know, those two energies don't match. But a lot of times I feel like this has been the safest situation. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the most conversation and communication that I've ever had prior to a sensual encounter.
Yeah.
Not a sexual encounter, a sensual encounter.
Yeah.
And so to know what someone likes, to know what they do, to know their little schminks and ins and outs, and have that long conversation and possibly have a chat face to face online, like that's important.
Which you need to charge for.
So I you know what, I know I do need to charge. I do need to charge for that, especially now, like
energy giving.
Yes.
Cakes.
Right.
That was so interesting because it's like, so again, like kind of pragmatic. It's the definition. Everyone has a different definition of it. Because like you saying dominant women, and again, I don't know why it's like all coming to me now, but it's like when people are like, oh, you're a dominant woman, they automatically think in the bedroom. Like, why can't they think like dominant in business or in thought or in, like you're a crazy ass driver, or like, you know what I mean? Like, it automatically goes there. Like that can't be applied to anything else. Exactly.
And then I think it's like when someone says I'm a dominatrix, or they see dominatrix, they think this like all black character, like it's gonna come in with a whip and then she's there. She is there. She's there. She's there very often, but she is definitely still gonna be a loving, energetic individual that is not here to damage you or leave you scarred.
We're like dominant in the effect, and like not speaking for everyone, but in which we demand communication, understanding, responsibility, respect, trust, honor, blah 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 blah. Like
the general things that should be in regular relationships.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. The general things that we normally don't want to talk about in regular relationships, we just actually want those things to happen.
Yeah, and you want it to. Come on.
Yeah, and you do too. But I don't know what happens where that gets blurred. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now, I think it's important for us to talk about like some of our experiences. And I already expressed that I am a domestic violence survivor.
And thank you for sharing that.
And abuse, I do. Okay.
They don't like it either.
They don't like a boost either. Party time.
Oh, sorry, that was someone putting something in there. It's okay. You know what? Next door is like all states we're in very good hands.
We're in good hands, and they're having a good time.
Not that we're sponsored, but they're nice. We get snacks sometimes.
But I do recall. I mean, I don't want to dig too deep into my past when it comes to that, but like, I know that I didn't consent to a lot of that activity. For sure. Yeah. I didn't consent to that, and being married, like sometimes, like even in marriage, when there's sometimes a misconception where the man thinks he owns the woman's body, and that means that he can have sex with her at any time, and that's not true. There's still a consent in marriage and sex in marriage too, and sometimes that line gets misconstrued. When you're a young woman and you're young in marriage and you don't really know, there's not a manual that says this is how a wife should be. Like, we just kind of watch TV and watch our moms and what, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of come up with our own assumption of what that is. Okay, y'all. Party. But it is definitely okay, girl. She's like, y'all, I'm sorry. It's just like a party going on outside. So. But we worked through the problems. But in those situations, I just never had a chance to be like, I mean, of course you can't consent to abuse. You can't be like, I don't appreciate you putting your hands on me. It didn't work out like that. Yeah. It was kind of like it happened, and it was happening, and I was just like, whoa, this is happening. Yeah. I'm in a Lifetime movie now, and this is my life. I didn't consent to it. I got out of it. I'm safe. My children are safe, and I'm good. But looking back on it, there were so many points where the line was drawn. I mean, I should have drawn the line. Mm-hmm. And I let things go beyond the point of you know, I never consented to any of that. Any of those activities, the way that person acted, we never communicated on how the marriage was going to be. We didn't know. So there is so many elements of consent that have to be discussed prior to marriage, prior to a situation in BDSM. Like these are very big things that need to be discussed. Yeah. And I think that when we get into these situations, we don't discuss them. Regular situations, we don't discuss them. BDSM, we're going to vet you. We're going to have this conversation.
It needs to be talked about.
It needs to be talked about, but I feel like that needs to be, it needs to be shifted into regular relationships too. People need to have these communicative conversations and really, you know, like, I mean, I don't think that we can definitely erase it all the way.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But there is definitely a point where you can have an understanding and a better understanding when it comes to these vanilla relationships as well. That was a lot, huh? I'm sorry, y'all.
No, it's so good because I'm like, I'm almost like, all right, like, how many some conversations do we have? Because like, I, you know, like, should we like dive into it? You want to like dive into it?
Yeah, let's go.
Because it's so like, looking back, do you feel like when you realize like you were like, oh, I'm not like consenting to this, like this was taken away like one by one, like when you're like not understanding, like I don't like this. You're not like respecting me. That I don't want this.
Yeah.
And we don't have to like.
I think I started to, because I was like in church and I was really trying to be a better human being. You know what I mean? And like the marriage, I thought was me being a better human being too, because I was pregnant. You know, and so it was like, all right. I didn't really understand. I didn't know. I didn't have an example to kind of look at. My mom had never been married, and then I never seen any relationships where communication and respect and, you know, just mutual understanding were a thing.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I haven't even really started to hear or understand this word until like the last few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Consent?
Yeah. I mean, just in general, it'd be like, you know, like it's like, people like need to understand. I'm like, what do you mean? Like that just is what it is. But like, you know, like
because it's a big thing. I think that women that are married, I mean, men too. I don't want to leave out the men that are dealing with this issue as well. But I have to identify from my position. I realize that the consent the communication that I needed to have, even before I even said yes, I will marry you. Those are the steps that I missed. And I think that a lot of young women have this whole idea of marriage and like it's this great wonderful thing that's gonna change your life, and if you don't start thinking about what happens beyond that, you can get into a situation where you enter a marriage and you're not consenting in the life that you're gonna live, and you gonna live it, girl, until you decide to get out of it. And it was a hard decision for me. I don't have any. I used to be like, "Whoa, it's me," but I feel like, "Wow, it's me." You know what I'm saying? Because damn, girl. Because even though going through all that shit, like with all the shit that I could be and all the things that I could be and the way I could look, honey, I'm not reflecting my past at all. I realize it's just been a strength for me, and it's helped me. That's why we do this podcast, to help other women to step into their power too. Because this for me was a power step. Yeah. Stepping into this arena of BDSM was a power step for me to like just know my worth a little bit more. I always knew my worth. My mom showed me my worth. My aunts and family showed my worth, but just to feel it and know it.
Yeah, and like to walk in the door and people like literally are like, let me just show it to you, and you're like, let me put my bag down.
right, or let me grab your bag, or call me before you get here. Let me come and get your bag. Like, okay,
that's gonna ring the bell. I got never mind. I'm just kidding.
Right. We don't ring the bell again. But like, those are the things that honestly a woman deserves. We deserve to be treated this way, and for some women don't even believe they deserve that treatment. Yeah, you know, some women. You know, like, I don't want to talk bad about anyone. I've seen a women, like, recently, I've been going to work in the mornings, and I see a lot of women on Western at 5 in the morning out there working, and, you know, professionals, and I'm just like, wow, you know, they obviously, I don't know if they're consenting to it or not. Sometimes they're working for other people, but it's just like, wow. You know, what a lifestyle to have to make a decision like that. To have to be up at 5 a.m. in a shoestring bikini out on the street at 5 a.m. and like making those decisions. Like, our lives are so short. You know what I'm saying? And like, the decisions we make affect every move everything that from here forward. And so like, I know, like, stepping in this arena with BDSM, like, I feel powerful. And I don't feel like I have to make decisions against anything, any of my morals.
You know what I mean? Respecting yourself and agreeing with yourself.
Exactly.
And that's also something that girl said, like, don't force yourself ever. Like, because that also would be going against your own consent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Forcing yourself to go to work.
Yeah.
That's abuse of yourself. Forcing yourself to overwork and be tired, and you know, I'm gonna go in here anyway. I gotta get this few dollars. Like, you know, that might be the time you need to rest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you could abuse yourself too in this business.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, thank you for sharing that. Just like I'm saying, like, we're like a hotline, but maybe we should put it like a hotline number up. You know, like if like anyone like needs anyone to talk to.
Yes, and I am going to look up some information, because if you are experiencing any type of domestic violence, or you have experienced it and you want to share your story, or you just need somebody to talk to, you guys can go to Dommenate.com. There is a area where you can share your story. There is a newsletter you can sign up for. There's also, you know, just a little place, just a little community that we're building on Patreon. You know, you can build there, have a direct chat with us on there. I do a lot of the communication on there and on TikTok and on Facebook. So just contact us, because I know there's not, I mean, of course, I'm not the only woman, you know, that has been through this, and I'm a survivor. I'm a victor. You know what I mean? I'm a queen. And I've definitely been treated like one. I feel like one even much so now. I feel like, why didn't I listen to you when I met?
Listen, it wasn't the time.
It wasn't the time for me to accept that part of me. But I do truly accept every aspect of this, and I consent moving forward. You know what I'm saying? To the things I like to do.
Yeah, you know, I don't know who I was talking to recently, but I remember I told them very briefly, I didn't tell them the conversation, of the first time we really hung out by the pool.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a moment.
Yeah, we did have a moment.
In which I fell in love, and we got like really drunk in the middle of the day. Like,
it was.
Like, we were just.
Then we get off. We were off work. I don't even know what happened.
I just remember
it was
like,
a party that night.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, I was like, please come over. Let's go to my pool. Like, and we just like hung out, and you told me your story, and I just like remember crying, and you're like, but just get ready for a party, and I was like,
okay. Girl, it's okay.
Yeah,
you know.
But no, it's a beautiful thing, and I'm so glad that like you're here now and you're feeling the way that you do, and that you can share your experience and say fuck you to the ones that deserve it, but also like
I know they feel bad. Like the people that lost me, they like, oh yeah, look at her, she's so pretty. I mean, I'm not being conceited, but you know,
I'll
like
for you, she damn pretty as fuck.
You lost out because the good has arrived. I feel.
You know, actually, I'm gonna interrupt. You didn't deserve it, so
you didn't deserve it. You really didn't.
Yeah, you won with the time that you had, but you no longer deserve it, so that's why you're gone.
It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Look, and then when y'all missed out on all this too, like, you know, this beautiful creature here, but we are here. We are definitely here to change some people, and I'm gonna cheers you to that.
Yeah.
To a good show.
Change is possible.
Change is possible.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, follow.
And call the hotline if you need it.
And call the hotline if you need it. You are not alone. We love y'all. Tits up.
Oh.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Elevate and Dommenate Podcast. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. Remember, the journey doesn't end here. Stay tuned every other week as we continue to unravel the mysteries of dominance and submission with a twist. Don't forget to follow us on social media for updates and share your thoughts using hashtag Elevate and Dommenate. Until next time, embrace your desires, explore the unknown, and always remember, power is meant to be shared.